Are you tired of the same old pork recipes? Get ready to elevate your barbecue game with pork tenderloin cooked on the griddle. This tender cut becomes incredibly juicy, developing a mouth-watering crust that's hard to resist. And the best part is that pork tenderloin cooked on the griddle is so simple that even beginners can nail it on their very first try. Ready to impress your friends with 2 mouth-watering pork tenderloin recipes? Then let's fire up the griddle and get started. Alright, let's talk about one of the best cuts of meat out there, pork tenderloin. This little beauty is not only lean and tender, but it's also like the filet mignon of pork. Seriously, if you never tried pork tenderloin on the griddle, you're in for a treat. Now here's a fun fact. When you open the package of pork tenderloin, you'll also find not 1, but 2 tenderloins inside. Cooking both means you can serve up a feast for your friends and family without breaking the bank. Plus, with these 2 tenderloins, you can experiment with different flavors, which makes dinner that much more exciting. Now that we got our beautiful pork tenderloin, it's time to get it ready for the griddle. First things first, let's trim it up. Grab a sharp knife and get ready to tackle the silver skin and any extra fat hanging around. We want to make sure that the tenderloin is perfect as possible, so remove those chewed little bits. Don't worry if there's a little fat left on. It adds flavor and keeps the meat juicy. Next up, let's season our first tenderloin. Start by giving it a nice coat of olive oil. This will help our seasoning stick like glue. Now here's where the magic happens. If you're lazy like me, sprinkle a thin layer of Italian seasoning. If you aren't lazy, then fresh rosemary, minced garlic, salt, and pepper will work too. Now for our second tenderloin, we're going a different route. Give it a generous coat of yellow mustard. Sounds a bit odd, right? But trust me, it helps the pork rub cling beautifully. Now sprinkle on your favorite pork rub. Pick one that packs a punch of flavor. This is your chance to get creative, so choose one that excites your taste buds. I'm using Dano's Chipotle for a nice kick of spice. Cover the pork tenderloin in plastic and let it hang out in the fridge for a few hours. After a few hours have passed, it's time to fire up that flat top griddle. Preheat it to a nice medium-high heat. We want it hot enough to give our tenderloin that beautiful sear, but not so hot that it'll dry it out. Next, place the tenderloins right on the griddle. You should hear that sizzle. As it cooks, flip it every few minutes to ensure even browning out all around. We're aiming for that perfect internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit, so use a meat thermometer if you got one. It's the best way to avoid any guesswork. To ensure you get that gorgeous crust without sacrificing juiciness, keep an eye on the heat. If you notice it getting too hot, don't hesitate to lower the temperature a bit. And remember, it's all about patience. Let it sear, flip it, and don't rush the process. Be sure to check out the link in the comments. I've created a free guide that features a variety of pork tenderloin rubs and marinades. It's perfect for any cooking method and enjoyable all year round. When it comes to the barbecue rub pork tenderloin, flip it every 4 to 5 minutes. And with each turn, don't forget to brush on your favorite barbecue sauce. Today, I'm using Pappy's White Lightning barbecue sauce to add some heat. Now as it cooks, if you notice it's browning nicely, but not quite done, move it over to the cooler side of the griddle. This way you can finish cooking without direct heat, keeping it juicy and tender. Once the tenderloins have reached the desired internal temperature, it's then time to let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, and by the way, if you're new to backyard barbecue and want a little extra help with cooking times and temperatures, I've got a free guide that'll make things super easy for you. It covers everything from meats to veggies and is perfect for getting started. Just drop a 100 in the comments below and I'll send it your way. Now comes the moment we've all been waiting for, plating up our gorgeous tenderloins. To make them look extra special, slice each tenderloin on a slight angle. This not only looks stunning, but also allows for a more tender bite. Once you've got those beautiful slices, it's time to showcase the stars of the show. Arrange the herb-crusted tenderloin and the barbecue tenderloin side by side. You got that savory herb-crusted tenderloin with its irresistible glowing crust, and the barbecue tenderloin glistening with that sauce. It's a feast for the eyes, and I can't wait for you to dig in and taste the difference. So that's how you can make perfectly juicy pork tenderloin cooked on the griddle. Speaking of pork, there's another incredible dish that will elevate your holiday table. Imagine a succulent smoked ham that not only impresses your guests, but also makes your Thanksgiving unforgettable. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like and subscribe for more great recipes. Then click on this video right here to discover my secret to mouth-watering Thanksgiving smoked ham. You won't want to miss it. I'll see you there.